All right, guys. So I'm sure many of you have been at least seeing some of the news about the California wildfires. I haven't been following it incredibly closely, but I've been following it enough to see that it's a complete shit show. And one thing that I really want to point out is the difference in administrations here. So, where I live in Western North Carolina, we were, not me specifically, but we and in the general area were devastated by Hurricane Helene. And immediately, right off the bat, fucking Joe Biden pushed millions of dollars to try to get aid to these people. And these people are pretty heavily right leaning in general. So it's a currently a red state anyway. It kind of flips every once in a while, but so the GOP and Donald Trump tried to push this narrative that uh, they didn't want to help whatever. The Democrats specifically didn't want to help because they were like right leaning. Now it's come out as usual. This is a bullshit lie. So the truth of the matter is the GOP tried to block any sort of aid to get to North Carolina. Because that's what they always do. They never help people. They're always making excuses and going, "We don't have the money." And but then they send a bunch of like all of the fucking money to wealthy fucking donors and shit. Like typical shit. But the point is, this is a matter of fact. You can look it up yourself. It's not anything I've made up. It's not an opinion. Immediately, Joe Biden tried to help, and that's the difference here. So in general, across the board, and you can look through recent history, Democrats don't go, they don't look at who you vote for, and then like a disaster happens, and then they go, yeah, I don't think we're going to help you out because you're mainly Republicans. That's not our voter base. But Republicans, on the other hand, the GOP and Donald Trump, instead of just doing the right thing and helping people that are in desperate need right now in California, are trying to politicize it and try to like swindle them and get what they want out of them politically. They're trying to broker deals and shit. And that is the most fucked up thing ever. Like that it right there, that should tell you who he is and who the GOP are. You don't get to talk about morality if you follow this shit and you think that's okay. You don't get to. It's over. Done. End of discussion. Like it takes a fucking abhorrent human being to fucking try to leverage. Donald Trump has actually said they really want that money. They really want that money. He just came out and fucking said it. So he's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get everything, and like some GOP officials have said that we should only send money if Newsom and someone else, I think, resigns. So there's a whole lot of fucking lies, and a lot of the time, most of the time, the lies are started by the right, almost always. And that tells you another thing, just the type of people that they are. They don't care about truth. They don't care about if people get fucked over or whatever. Like they do whatever they think is like whatever helps them is good in their eyes, even if they're evil human beings. So we've heard that this is a matter of DEI. Fox News especially has pushed this thing, and they've kind of targeted the fire department captain or whatever, the lead firefighter, whatever the position title is, and that it's a woman, two, it's a lesbian. I don't know if it's a lesbian, but for the sake of argument, let's say it is. So I've at least done enough research to find like if that's your whole argument, you're a fucking retard. Like that's it. Now, if you could somehow show that she's incompetent or she's not doing her job or she's unqualified, then you can go ahead and go proceed with your argument and go, see, she's obviously a DEI hire, and it had nothing to do with her skill set or whatever. So what I've been able to find is it's entirely the opposite. She is like the definition of working from the bottom and working your way all the way up to the top. She started as just a basic volunteer firefighter. She went through like 6 ranks all the way up to the top. You have no argument. Like, that's stupid. That's just you being a fucking bigot. Like, if you want to play DEI, fucking Donald Trump is DEI for retarded people. So that retarded people feel like they have some sort of fucking representation in the government. Yeah, it's really stupid. But then Trump is trying to blame it directly on Gavin Newsom. No evidence to support the claim. None at all. Zero. It's just like Trump always does. He just lies and throws out random slander and accusations just to suit his purpose. He never says anything negative about people that like him, that like suck up to him and suck his dick. Even though they are the ones that typically are responsible for all the bad shit that happens. Most of the time, anyway. So, this is just more of the same old shit. And so, California is trying to work out a several $1 million deal to like make their state quote Trump proof, and I think that's a good idea. Now, I don't agree with everything that California does, but regardless of this isn't even like partisan. The point of the matter is regardless of what people believe. So, California is a democracy, like a true democracy, at least in the sense that the representatives, Gavin Newsom and everyone else, represent the desires of the people. California is a highly blue state. Highly. Some right wingers like joke and call it California. So the point of the matter is you don't get to dictate how people should live and how people should be and how people should vote. And it's so fucked if you try to leverage literally this is not like trying to cut a deal where you like it's like quid pro quo. It's not like a fair even deal. It's like people literally lost everything. Every fucking thing. And you're trying to go, "Oh, you want help? You want us to like help you like at all, give you food and fucking like water and rescue relief?" Then you're going to have to fucking bend on your fucking political beliefs. That is wrong. That is so fucked. And if anyone who fucking thinks that this is a good idea is a garbage human being, and that's all there is to it. Once again, I will point out Democrats, I'm not a Democrat. I'm more left in some ways than Democrats are, and in many ways, actually. Not in all ways, though. But Democrats don't do this shit. So you're creating this fucking like this is the deal. The right always create ferment and fucking spur on the division in this country. You'll notice that Kamala, and I'm not a Kamala fan, but at the very least her rhetoric was toward I will like of course do the policies that I claim I'm going to do, but I'm not going to like foment division and fucking like have hateful, divisive rhetoric that just makes everybody angry and fucking pushes us toward like a fucking potential civil war. She said that regardless of who you vote for, I will fight for you. And I have no reason to believe that that's just bullshit. Now, we have the opposite on the right. We have a person that's literally a fascist who has been accused of fucking not accused, he's been found liable for fucking sexual assault. He's a grapist according to the common term, not by New York fucking legislative fucking definition, which is a whole different thing, but he is a rapist. That's a fact. Um, dude, like the list can go forever on why this man is an absolute garbage human being. He's the only fucking president in history to start a term as a fucking convicted felon. So, yeah, like the people that follow this shit are just absolute fucking human garbage. Like you don't get to have opinions on anything when you follow a person like this. Like this is fucked. And see, the thing is, again, you wouldn't see this shit if roles were reversed. If Biden were like still, if Biden were in office and this shit just happened and he was about to take control, he would immediately, just like he did with Western North Carolina, he would like say like fucking Texas was hit by some sort of massive fucking like natural disaster. He would immediately send aid. He wouldn't ask for fucking political concessions. That is fucked. Anyhow, that's my fucking 2 cents on this. And uh yeah, let the garbage fucking spew their shit in the fucking comments and try to defend this shit because there's absolutely no defense for it. None. Thank you for your time.